So during the pandemic, I got the two consoles that came out, PlayStation 5 and the, Xbox Series X. A couple reasons. One, I owned the current version, the previous versions of those, and there was backwards compatibility. Also, I wasn't going anywhere, and I had disposable income. So, yeah. Switch 2 came out. I was talking about, I've been planning getting a Switch 2. I set money aside, and I, picked one up. I was able to get one, in this case, from Costco. So, I figured I would do a unboxing video. Since I did unboxing videos for those other two consoles when they showed up, might as well do one for this one as well. So I'm gonna cut. So here, as with those other ones, footage recorded on my cell phone. I apologize for any instability. I hope you doesn't cause any problems with you watching it. All right, so we have here my package from Costco with my Nintendo Switch 2 inside. I have already cut the tape on top. No extra packing materials in the interior in terms of paper or anything like that. We have the... Oh, okay, we do have a bag of air. But that's about it. Have my Nintendo Switch Online card with the scratch-out code. And I have a cat who's really wants to be a guest in the video, which, more power to her. And they have the actual Nintendo Switch 2 console inside. So, not that much additional packing outside of the box itself. And also, a little bit of adhesive. So I'll grab that in just a second. Edit out the thrilling set up the tripod sequence. No one will be seated in the during the thrilling set up the tripod sequence. Alright, so tape cut. And we have the Switch 2 itself right on top. As pointed out, at one GameStop location, there were issues with staff members, stapling the receipts to the screen, and there is not a lot between the front of the box and the main unit. Not to put too fine a point on it, but my day job, one of my duties, not a major one, but one of them involves unpacking laptop computers and tablets and that sort of thing, and preparing them to be divvied out to end users. And I'll just say, most of the major retailers the major laptop manufacturers whose stuff I've handled in the past, you would not be able to put a staple through the top of the box and have it in any way make contact with the actual unit. So, Nintendo, you got no excuse here on this. Screen itself, fairly hefty. We have here, also, the two Joy-Cons. Left and right units. Let's see about getting those attached. Alright, nicely color-coded on the interior. Also with the plus and minus logos as well, if you are colorblind. There is not, I will note,
similar. Okay, they do have those on the controller themselves. So colorblind users are covered there. Ooh, clicks in very nicely. And the way it's set up, it looks like it's fairly difficult to, say, accidentally put your finger in there or a chunk of your skin get pinched by putting it in. Not saying it's impossible. I certainly would say if you have small children, keep an eye out on them when they're handling the Joy-Cons, or maybe just have them use the regular Pro controller. But otherwise, that's fine. Got my code for Mario Kart World, HDMI Ultra cable, the new designs for the wrist straps, which looks like they just slip over the side of the new Joy-Cons rather than clicking in. Rest of the cardboard's pretty robust in its design. Have the mounting grip. I'll say this feels fairly comfortable to use as is. I am going to want to get a actual proper drop case if I'm going to use it as it stands. Let's try these on the dock, on the little dock, because I had problems with muscle cramps when using the Joy-Cons and the original unit for original similar thing for extended periods, and these feel fine. I want to actually use this while I'm waiting for 8-Bit Do or something to put out their more robust controller. And also, once I'm waiting for tariffs to clear up so 8-Bit Do can, when it comes out, it can put it out in the United States. Also, the bracket in the back holds up nicely on the non-steady surface of a bed, which means presumably it will also work well if you're setting it up outside on table on a in various environments outside, that sort of thing. You're sitting up while camping. The dock looks pretty good. I'm noticing a glossy interior for the inside of the dock. Which looks neat. And finally, USB charger, which I appreciate them including that. The OLED did not, I recall. And cable. So now I just got to go get this all set up. And I'll do that off camera.
So, setup process. Transferring all my stuff from my account and everything from my old Switch to the Switch 2 took about 30 minutes. I was like legitimately pleased by that. Considering that, like, for my PlayStation 5 and even to a degree with the Series X, it took a while to get stuff copied over. Not quite not quite a get things started, go sit down for dinner, or even get things started and go to bed and it'll be ready in the morning. Though it kind of was close to that for the PlayStation 5, but like this was like 30 minutes at best, or not best, like 30 minutes, like kind of tops-ish. Like I got things started, I had a bowl of ice cream, and by the time I finished my ice cream, it was done. Like by bowl of ice cream, I mean full process, scoop, serve everything, like that whole thing. Like, so like by the time that was done, Switch 2 was ready to go. I was quite pleased by that. Additionally, like, so I have let me reach over to grab it. Hopefully it'll probably show up on camera. I have a 8-bit Do Switch model, Ultimate 2C controller with the Hall Effect joysticks. Um, for those of you who like your Hall Effect sticks, that set up really fast. Like I had to run a firmware update on it, which this requires a couple additional steps to get it talking to the computer. But again, once that was done, it paired to the Switch 2 almost immediate, like almost like that. So if you're like, hey, I don't want to take my Switch 2 sticks off of the Switch necessarily to use them in the mounted thing, or I want to have my 8-bit Do stick as the second controller because we're going to be playing hot seat, but couch multiplayer with friends or that sort of thing. Um, it works. Again, really easy, quick, and painless. Um, of all the consoles that I have upgraded in like this sort of generational block, Switch 2 probably was the easiest of all of them. Um, it definitely feels like Nintendo learned a lot of lessons from by coming to this jump so late. Whereas going, okay, I've seen what Sony did. I've seen what Microsoft did. And we've learned those lessons, set it up, and it works. And like we're adapted based on what they did, ran into problems with. Uh, haven't played a lot of games on it yet because again it was late last night when I recorded all of that. And as far as how I stand on like, I, what do I want from the Switch going forward? I have not watched all the Summer Games Fest stuff, so I don't know what Switch 2 stuff has been announced Summer Game Fest. Beyond it being confirmed that Final Fantasy Tactics, I believe the subtitle they put on that is Chronicle. Well, the name of the continent for of the Final Fantasy Tactics, Ivalice. Ivalice Chronicles, Final Fantasy Tactics Ivalice Chronicles. Aside from getting the Switch 2 version of that, I think what I really want to see at this point is like I want to, or actually to back things up. What I want to do for trying things out to get the hang of things is I want to try and test out a bunch of the stuff with the larger screen in handheld mode. Cause like, and because I think like even like playing visual novels on there. I'm not gonna say I have like really bad old man eyes or anything like that, but like I've been playing Shibuya Scramble on my Steam Deck, and it's fine. I like it. I feel like having like a larger screen, but not too large, much of a large screen. Like feels like TV's almost overkill for it. But having it on, but the screen for the Steam Deck feels a little cramped. And also the fact that like the size and weight of the unit is a bit of an issue as well. Um, Other stuff I'm kind of wondering about is I'd like to see if we have an option for a like how to put this, not option, but I want to see what we get for drop cases for this thing. Because I mean for all this stuff like for any handheld system, I always worry about what happens if you drop it, if you're using it while you're on the go. And I'd like to have something where I can safely have it in my backpack, not some backpack, like on the like out and on the train or in a waiting room at a doctor's office or whatever, and so I can get like out a little bit of a Etrian Odyssey dungeon crawling or what have you, and see how things go from there and see how things work out there. Uh, but having a I'm going to do that, I want a drop case just in case it gets banged around and not just banged around by carry around. That's what carrying case is for. But like also if something happens where it gets dropped. And so that's what I'm looking to see for as far as accessories go. And again, as far as games go, I'm interested in seeing where the Switch 2 runs into problems. I'm planning, like, I haven't done like a full like dump a bunch of games in it and stress test it, but I'm looking forward to getting the opportunity to do that. So that's where I'm at there. Also, I mean, I got the code for Mario Kart World with that, so I'm looking at spending some time just zipping around in Mario Kart World and seeing how that works out, seeing how I feel about the presentation of the game compared to sort of the classic Mario Kart structure. Do the cannonball run style approach that the game's presented as opposed to the more traditional racing structure for other games. We'll see. What questions do you have about Switch 2 in terms of games like RPGs, what have you, what I've got? How is that working? Yeah, what questions do you have that you'd like me to try and test out and see if I can answer them for you? Let me know in the comments below. And if you've gotten your own Switch 2, let me know about your experiences with it. Share those. Catch you later. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please like and subscribe. And also consider backing my Patreon. Patreon backers get episodes up to 1 week early of this show and any future Let's Plays. Also, please consider backing my Ko-fi. Tossing me a few bucks also helps support the show, and it's not a monthly obligation or anything like that.